night's over. Goldman Sachs, through all their manipulations, they get to keep control of Australia, and it's the prime ministership. And as Turnbull, he's been doing this. There's Lloyd Blankfein, if you don't know who he is. He's a Goldman Sachs high-up guy, and he's Turnbull's boss. And Turnbull's been fucking us over. And all that's happened now, instead of Turnbull, we've got number 2, Goldman Sachs man, Mr. Scott Morrison. Oh, he's going to love doing that. And his deputy now is, what a surprise, Josh Frydenberg. Now, gee, they must have, Turnbull must have, and Goldman Sachs last night and the last few days have been really, see, what Goldman Sachs do is they'll reach out to people, but how they reach out to people is they have a bag of money in one hand and a gun in the other. So you get the choice. You can either be rich or slightly rich and get all these opportunities, or, you'd probably be dead. Now, they want to avoid, just at this point in time, once they get more ensconced, get more control of our public institutions, get more of their people, they at least got more than half the Liberal Party now, and they've got Albanese. Once they really stock, like over in the States, once they really stock it full of all of their lackeys, then if anyone does really try to threaten them, they'll just start shooting them, killing them. They're not at that stage yet, though. They don't really want to do that. Although Abbott did get a death threat, by the way, and that would have come from Dutton's office got smashed up a bit. Did that influence anybody? Because Turnbull would not go to the party room until he had the names of the 43 people. Now those 43 people, Goldman Sachs wanted their names because they're now fucked. Channel 9's going to work at them, probably Channel 10 now, CBS, there'll be a connection there. ABC was always Labor anyway. So those people, those 43, they're going to be one by one taken out and replaced by Goldman Sachs people. So that's what's going to happen. So what 2 things can we be sure of? And one thing we know that will not happen is that they will not get back that $444 million, no matter how hard they try. Now that Frydenberg, who was in on this, is deputy. So if Dutton had got in, they might have been able to get some of that money back. But the Goldman Sachs executives over at that charity, they're secure. They've got their money. And the other thing we can be sure of is what will happen is Tomago Aluminium is going to close down. And this has been a target of Goldman Sachs and Turnbull as part of the deindustrialisation of Australia. They'll eventually get rid of Port Kembla Steelworks and Whyalla Steel. There'll be no, just like they got rid of all the oil refineries, there'll be no metal manufacturing anywhere in Australia. They just take all our resources. We have to import everything, which again lowers our GDP and then ups the debt. So they're going to use this NEG, because Morrison's what he said, he's the same as Goldman Sachs, this energy, because Tomago it's the biggest user of electricity, and if they can't get cheap electricity, they're out of business. So an AGL have said they're going to close down Liddell, which is where they get their power from, so they're going to close down anyway. So the only hope was for Dutton to get in and build a coal-fired power station, but he's not going to get to do that now, so Tomago's gone. What's happened is we've gone from this to this, and those 43 people are going to be slowly but surely, one by one, thrown out, and Goldman Sachs are going to consolidate their control of Australian politics. And our debt, it's over 800 billion, and it is just going to skyrocket past $1 trillion. And Goldman Sachs are laughing all the way to their own bank. There's Lloyd Blankfein. Oh, he'd be really happy. So is Malcolm. So is Morrison. Oh, they've won. They've won. They're happy.